Hello and welcome to Fertility Q&A Wednesday. This is our second Q&A for January, and the theme is all about motivating you and inspiring you. Got to look to where the camera is, sorry. Motivating you and inspiring you to get baby ready in 2019. 2019, this is a fabulous year. I don't know whether you've already felt the shift in the vibration, but this is going to be the most powerful year to manifest to date. So you're always manifesting. You're always manifesting. And whatever's happening in your life right now, so looking at fertility hiccups or hiccups with your life, or flow and balance and happiness and joy, whatever it may be, you've actually manifested this. So what happens is we manifest unconsciously. We manifest through a certain aspect of our brain, our subconscious brain, which remembers everything and is designed to protect you. And it's this aspect of you that is constantly helping to create whatever unfolds in your life. Now, I have just done an amazing seminar on the 5th of January, and everyone is welcome to watch the replay. I will attach the link. It's awakeningfertility.com/resources. And further down the page, you'll also get access to some ebooks, which I've written, and I'm actually going to update one of the IVF success ebooks too. There's also one on hormone balancing for people who are doing natural fertility for a natural pregnancy, as well as, you know, it is beneficial if you're doing IVF. You still want to get your hormones into balance. But before I go any further, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Fiona Boulton, and I have been a fertility expert, a fertility specialist, a fertility activator and healer since the year 2007. So this is my 12th year. 12 is a magical vibrational number, a high vibrational number, and this is a high vibrational year, and this is what I want to be sharing with you. High vibrational strategies that help you to make that shift. Because if we can change what's going on in your subconscious mind, and we can work with your emotional guidance system, this is step one to you achieving being baby ready for 2019. Now, for everyone in my fertility help group, I don't know whether you've seen it yet, there is the option to do my Sacred Fertility Formula course. It's a short course and it's valued at £397, but yours for free when you're a member of the fertility help group. But it won't be free forever, so do jump on board now. But combining the information on that course, it's just a few days. It's not going to take much time at all. I think the videos are around like 20 minutes maximum. And there's 3 videos and 5 emails to follow through. So it's really short, but it helps you to understand the foundation that you need to transition into this high vibrational state. And what is this high vibrational talk that I keep going on about? Let me recap. You are an energy being. We have an electromagnetic field around us, our aura. Whether you believe this or not, it doesn't matter what religion you're in, or whether you're familiar with what some people think is woo-woo science, which it's not, because science can prove this. Science has proven this. We have an electromagnetic field. We have a certain resonance. The earth has a certain resonance. All plants, all animals, the mineral kingdom, they all have a resonance. You know, crystals have a resonance, a healing vibration. And our resonance is what is mirrored back to us in our life. So if our resonance is one that is suppressed, so we're feeling depressed, then we're going to be attracting more and more things that don't make us feel so good, which means we've come off that alignment, that connection to our truth, to the real truth and our destiny path. So if you're struggling with fertility, you've come off alignment. And this is what all of my work is about, to give you the fill in the blanks, so to speak, of your fertility journey. Because what happens in your energy field, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, penetrates into the physical. So it actually affects your physiology. So if you're unable to conceive or unable to hold your pregnancy through to full term, what is happening on a cellular level? Because your cells feel what you feel. So if your cells aren't in thrive mode, what is happening? Because your brain, the pituitary gland in particular, sends signals for the hormones to move through the body. And your hormones are also connected to your mood, to your central nervous system, what's going on in your digestive system, and all of this affects fertility. So it's important that you start to manage your energy, and you can do that by looking at what's pressing your buttons, who's draining your energy, how are you giving your energy away, are you getting good quality sleep to rebuild the life force energy that you need, are you getting high nutritional food? And looking at the list, my fertility list in my online Fertile Lifestyle course, which comes with a shopping list, it's in the downloadable section if you haven't discovered it yet. And there's also a table on how to get the right nutrition, because fertility, eating for fertility, it's not just about what foods are good and what foods aren't so good, but it's about getting the right amounts of energy in your body, because fertility requires so much energy. And when you're stressed, fertility gets turned off. And that's a fact. You cannot be stressed and fertile at the same time. You need to have a cycle in your central nervous system where you're predominantly in that yin aspect, that feminine aspect, that rest and digest aspect of the body. And this is very real. And if you have any questions about this, head on over to the Fertility Help group if you aren't already a member. And I want you to book your complimentary consultation with me. It's worth £197, and together online, we will go through your fertility journey to date, get a thorough case history, and I can help you fill in the blanks to get you where you want to go on your fertility journey, to get you results. I have one of the highest success rates worldwide. I have an 80% success rate. And it doesn't matter what your conditions are. You know, I get lots of emails from clients going, these are all the things wrong with me, like 3 pages of issues. Is that an issue? Can you work with me? No one else can. And I'll say that's not a problem at all. It doesn't matter what you have manifested, what has come to fruition, because we can change it. Your body's always changing. And this is a fact. If you want to do some research on this, look up Dr. Deepak Chopra. He's written several books, lots and lots of books, particularly the book Perfect Health. And he talks about cellular regeneration, to the degree that we have every 7 years a whole new body. So if you have a disease which has lasted more than 7 years, and I'm not talking about an intolerance, because we naturally have intolerances to the toxicity in our life nowadays, like with gluten and dairy, the way farming has developed, and the way we're, you know, treating cows, and what's happening with bovine hormones and the antibiotics and all these things, and the type of cows that we're using to milk. We have intolerances to the way the milk is formed, and also to wheat nowadays. It's very different to how it was 2,000 years ago. So the gluten is an issue, and that's very different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what's manifested in your body. Perhaps you've raised inflammation, which you'll see in the form of anything to do with fertility or not fertility. So the non-fertility inflammation signs are arthritis, allergies, being susceptible to allergens. The ones that are related to fertility could be due to polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS. And all of these things play out. I mean, I could go on and on, but I hope you're getting the gist. But this inflammation coupled with oxidative stress, these are one of the 2 biggest hinderers, if that's a word, against fertility. So this is what's going to be blocking you. So, okay, let's go back. What's causing the oxidative stress and the high acidity in the body? And what's causing the inflammation? There's a disconnect. There's something that you're not comfortable with. And when you apply these powerful strategies, you can have the baby that you're desiring. And let's talk about that. You're desiring your baby right now because you've responded to their calling. There's a baby hovering around you, which is why you so desperately yearn to have this baby. And you're going through the motions and being guided intuitively or by fear. It could be to do with your belief systems. And if you're making fear-based decisions, they're not going to be the best decisions for you. The best decisions come from your true essence, which is love. So when you're in that state of love and peace and joy, therefore you're connected and in flow with the universe, and in flow with your truth, and in flow with what's best for you and on your destiny line, then you'll be guided to the best decisions for your fertility outcome. And you don't know what that is. So for example, clients that are drawn to me, I feel are here to raise their consciousness, which is why I'm so passionate about it. Because a lot of people ask me, why are you in fertility? My initial life started out, I created my own style of yoga, a very healing form of yoga, very powerful. My goal was that if everyone did 6 months of this style of yoga, they would be able to heal themselves of anything. And I know that's a bold claim, but from a young age, from the age of 18, when I was personally diagnosed with an incurable disease, I thought, that's not incurable. It's just that Western medicine doesn't have a cure for it. And I bet if I studied all of the ancient secrets of different civilizations, then I would know how to cure this disease. Disease means dis-ease. There's not a state of ease in my body. And how do I bring it back into a state of ease? With the right nutrition, with the right sleep. And because thoughts and emotions impact your cellular health, because your cells feel how you feel. Hey, thanks for joining me. Give me a wave. And because that's the case, it affects how your body's functioning, how you're thriving. So if you're not in a state of flow and ease and grace and balance and joy, these high vibrational feelings, and you're more in a state of disconnect or dissatisfaction, sadness, grief, and if you're holding these vibrations, your body is not expanding, you're contracting your energy field, you're closing yourself off from being in flow, from being abundant. And that's what it's all about. Your highest form of abundance right now, your biggest gift that you can receive from life is your baby. So I want you in that abundant state. Baby is already hovering in that abundant state. That's what's exciting. So baby's already with source, with God, with Allah, with creator, whatever word you decide to use, it's the creator, essence, source, as I mainly use. And when you are in that state, there is no linear time, and you're in a state of joy and peace. And then when baby moves into your energy field, and then even into your womb when you're pregnant, and you're in a state of tension, anxiety, worry, these are heavy emotions, and baby has free will. And baby may choose, I don't want to be here right now. So baby can leave. And I'm not saying baby, okay, let's not go into too much detail, but for those that study my work, I delve more into it. I just don't want to scare too many of you off. I'm not all about woo-woo. I'm all about healing and helping you to understand that we are more than this physical body. We have an emotional body, which plays its part, a mental body, which plays its part, and we also have a spiritual body, and we have a body that is connected to unconditional love and to source. So we have these layers, and I spoke about all of this in my seminar. So this is a little recap. And I want you to know that when you can understand what your body is telling you and really reignite your intuition, which we're all born with, we all have it, and you have it heightened when you're pregnant. So you're extremely intuitive, more intuitive than ever when you're pregnant. And therefore, you're able to communicate with your baby much easier in that state. But I can help you activate that communication now so that you can, in 2019, become baby ready and have your baby in your arms at Christmas time this year. My goal, I've got 30-day challenge here in January, 30 days to help you transform your fertility, to help you work on your physical, mental, emotional state. Hey, thanks for joining me. Thanks for the love. And when you do that, you'll change your physiology and be able to hold your pregnancy through to full term. Okay, this is a fact. Your body can change. And I'm not saying just the work I do. It might be better that you do my work plus acupuncture or my work plus assisted fertility. It depends on where you're at, and I can always give you honest guidance with that. So I'm here to support you. I have Q&As every single Wednesday. I'm going to run through a couple of questions in a minute. And I am also offering you daily support in my fertility help group, which is also really, really empowering. And I just want to say thank you to all the women who are asking questions, and thank you more so to the women who are answering people's questions. I want to do a big shout out to Deborah. I'm not going to give last names because I know this is a public channel. And a big shout out to Claire. Claire's been sharing her nutrition information with other people, and it's really, really valuable. A big shout out to Shirley. Thank you for your support and your connection with the other women as well. Really, really good. And there's Sasha and Samantha. Thank you to you as well. Renee, yep, huge support, huge motivation with the other women. And Charlotte as well, thank you so much. In fact, there's 2 Charlottes, so thank you for sharing. For example, one of the Charlottes, she has PCOS, and she struggled to get pregnant for a very long time, I think about 6 years. And when she was applying my fertility yoga with my online course, she was able to fall pregnant for the first time, and then she now has her baby Jemima. So wonderful. And she often shares little tips and techniques. Sorry about that interruption. And so I just want to say we've had a couple of questions this week. One came through, you might have seen it in the Fertility Help group, and I just wanted to recap about UTIs. And when you're making love, trying to have a baby, you can get scared off because you could be given a UTI, or you could suffer with a UTI or thrush. This is another common question that's come up. And how do you remedy the thrush? How do you remedy the UTI? I know they're 2 separate things. To take antibiotics, to not take antibiotics, etc., etc. Now, I have healed through my key energy healing myself and others of urinary tract infections within minutes. So what I do is I activate the life force energy through the body, and I can do this with you online to help remedy the urinary tract infection. Now, I did this and I was in a very painful state. I was literally bedridden and toilet ridden. You know what it's like, you're running back and forth. I was bleeding, it was that infected. And I was just in tears. It was so uncomfortable, and having to urinate literally what seemed like every 30 seconds. And it was just horrendous. And then at that point I turned to what I was teaching my clients when I was running my key yoga classes and key yoga studios. And I thought, well, this is how I would heal them. So let's apply that to me. And I applied these strategies, and then I didn't have that urge to go anymore. And I felt back in control. And my boyfriend at the time was a doctor, and he said, look, you're going to get a kidney infection. This is really serious. You haven't healed it. I don't believe in your woo-woo stuff. Get down to A&E and see what they say. So I was like, okay, fine, let's do it. So I went down to A&E. Of course, I wasn't a priority. And after a long wait, they said, yep, do a urine test, and we'll do a dipstick test with your urine sample, and we'll see. And they said, you're perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. And this was a couple of hours after I had healed myself through working with this life force energy. So that works. If you can't get to see me in time and you want an instant remedy, Claire has been amazing. She has already answered some questions. You can read that. She talks about things such as vitamin C, which I'm definitely a fan of. I also recommend using the colloidal silver and gold blend, the Powerfully Pure brand. It's the true colloidal silver and gold. So it's colored. It's an orangey type of liquid because of the nanoparticles. And this is antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, and it helps to raise your vibration, working with the elements of pure silver and pure gold. So in addition to that, I also highly recommend Golden Nugget frankincense tea. It's only £7, and you put these nuggets into hot water and you're drinking the highest grade frankincense. So the actual frankincense resin, the highest grade that's used as an anti-cancer treatment. And you drink that, it tastes nice, it tastes clean. It feels a bit like it's an antiseptic. That's how clean it is. It reminds me a lot of tea tree, but it's consumable. And so you drink that and it's very cleansing. It raises your vibration. It keeps negativity away. Physical, mental, emotional negativity. Helps to clear the mind. But best of all, it's antifungal, antiviral, and antibacterial. So that's really good to keep cleansing you internally. You can also douche with that if you wanted to do that instead of the colloidal silver. You can also douche with the colloidal silver. And this works, this is a remedy for the UTIs and the thrush, but the UTIs, hello Cherie, thanks for watching. The UTIs are also requiring the energy transfer. You need to have that energy boost to clear the stagnant energy first of all, and then rebuild it into the vaginal tract and the reproductive system so as that you can heal effectively. So the combination is good there. Now, another question that came through was from Barbara, who watched the seminar, and she was looking through the workbook that comes with the seminar, and she said, I didn't quite understand the first exercise where I was having to talk about my emotions in different categories. So those of you that have seen the workbook, you know what I'm talking about. And she said, I don't have an issue with finance or these other things, but I have a massive issue and a massive block when it comes to fertility. So for example, she says, I can manifest what I want. I'm happy with my home. I love my home. I love my view. I've already manifested my first child, but now she's, 2, and I want to have a sibling for her. I'm getting older. I've been told all these scientific statistics from professionals and doctors, and she's like, I'm not going to let that get me down. And how can I apply what you've taught me on this seminar to fertility? And if you found that you were missing filling in the blanks for those categories, it's interesting to note how you have approached something that you're abundant with in your life. It could be to do with business. It could be to do with anything. Just refer to that worksheet. There's lots of different categories. And whatever came easily for you is the energy that I want you to apply for your fertility. Because it came easily and you manifested it easily because there wasn't a barrier. There wasn't a sensation of lack around that. You didn't really pay much attention to it. Sorry, I've got my little dog. I'm dog sitting with my husband at the moment. So the washing machine's going downstairs, and he's hearing some noises and barking. So I do apologize for that. He's so cute though. So yes, when you are in that state of non-resistance, that's when it happens. Now, resistance can build up, particularly with a fertility journey, when you've been trying and it hasn't worked. And so your subconscious mind, which I was talking about in the beginning, reminds you, hey, it hasn't worked before, it's not going to work again. And it cannot project into the future. It is not optimistic, unlike your conscious mind, which is optimistic, but your conscious mind is not powerful. Your conscious mind is like a grain of sand, and your subconscious is the whole beach. So we want to penetrate the subconscious mind and not just work with affirmations, for example, in the conscious mind. You need to do a lot of affirmations consciously to begin to penetrate into the subconscious. Subconscious is all about your beliefs, and your beliefs, whether they're positive or negative, if you fear things and that's a strong belief, you will manifest that. So that's why this year is so important. It's like 10 times stronger, your manifestation powers now. The time lapse, the gestation period between what you think and you feel and what you manifest is shorter. So it's really, really, really important as we raise our vibration as a planet that you watch your thoughts and you watch your feelings. And you can therefore penetrate the subconscious mind into believing the outcome that you want. So the fact that you've tried and you've suffered and you failed means that we want to rewrite what's going on in the subconscious mind. So that's why the Fertility Mind Mastery can help you reshape your thoughts, and using your emotional guidance system can help you reshape your feelings. When you combine these together, you've got the perfect foundation, which is obviously what I mentioned in the seminar. So I just thought I'd re-clarify that, as that was one of the questions that I had from Barbara. And so I don't have any more questions today, but I'm here to answer your questions every single Wednesday with Fertility Q&A. If you've got another question and you're watching now, type it in and I'll be around for the next minute or two to answer that. Otherwise, post your questions privately into the Fertility Help group. It's a private support group and I answer questions every single day. So head on over if you haven't already. And if you are a member, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching. January, I'm focusing on specific information that helps you to lay the foundation for you to become baby ready. January, February, March is my goal. If you're committed to have your baby in 2019, then let me know. Just put into the Fertility Help group the words I'm committed, okay? And I can make sure that you're getting all of the resources. I have a lot of free resources to help you on your way to create this foundation so that you can have your baby. Ultimately, you want to be combining all these strategies with living a fertile lifestyle. So having my Fertile Lifestyle course and going through that to help expand your awareness of what's important for holding your pregnancy through to full term. for overcoming fibroids and endometriosis and polycystic ovarian syndrome and other issues, for overcoming mind blocks that you've been told by specialists you've got a 1% chance of ever being pregnant with your own eggs. All of these things can change. I have a client, she's 42, and she was adamant that she was going to increase her egg reserve and buy some more time. She doesn't have a partner, so she wanted to have some more time. She thought, okay, I'm going to freeze my eggs. So that takes the pressure off when I do meet someone, that I don't just pounce on them and say, okay, let's have a baby. And so she recently had her AMH tested around Christmas time, and she messaged me with utter joy. She is extremely fertile. She's as fertile as someone in their 20s. She's over the moon, and she said, you know what, your products really work. Your online course really works. Your healings really work. Our one-to-one sessions really do work. Thank you so much. And it's when you're given the right formula that you get the fastest results. So you might have chosen other things in the past that didn't work for you. Maybe IVF has worked for you, maybe it hasn't. Maybe that's your only option, or maybe it's not. But even if it is your only option, if you get yourself baby ready, physically, mentally, emotionally, then you're going to have a better chance of success, which is what I've written my handbook about. So just if you want that handbook, it's free. It's at awakeningfertility.com/resources, and it's there for you to access. So I'm going to wrap things up today. I just want to say that I'm going to be focusing on lifting your vibration. I want you to be watching these lives to get into my vortex, because I'm divinely connected. You're divinely connected too. But if you're not feeling in that high vibrational state, if you don't feel excited, if you don't have enthusiasm, then you're slightly off path. And if you're slightly off your destiny path, then it's going to be more difficult and time consuming for you to have your baby. Let's shift you back to where you are abundant, back to where you can receive baby. And I've got all the tools and strategies to help you. That's why I've got an 80% success rate. And that's been consistent over 12 years. Started off at 77%, and then it boosted up to 80%, and it's been consistent at that rate. So let me help you. If you are committed, let me know in the fertility help group. I'm committed, and I can follow through with that with you on a personal level. If you are committed to the seminar, you have the option of 30 days support with me. So when you launch that 30-day support, that's when you get your ebook, and your ebook is very, very thorough, so you can enjoy watching the seminar. You don't have to take all the notes, because the ebook has all the notes for you and more. It has even more information that's what's in the seminar, because I want you to genuinely shift into that state of being abundant and having your baby, activating your fertility, just like my other clients have. I've had clients who clinics turned away. They had non-existent AMH. They said, we can't work with you. These clients have gone on and had children, plural, not twins necessarily. Some of them have had twins, but most haven't. They have boys, they have girls, it's not just all girls. And this is what gets results, okay? So if you can trust in the process, trust in yourself, trust in your emotions, trust in what your body is telling you. There are psychosomatic reasons as to why you're feeling what you're feeling, and why you have certain fertility issues, okay? It stems from what's going on in the mind. It stems from your beliefs. And sometimes your beliefs serve you, and sometimes they don't. And if you want help to easily and effortlessly disconnect from that and reconnect to a state of grace and abundance, then I'm here to help you. So every live in January is all about motivation and inspiration. We're picking up the flow in February. So if you haven't watched the seminar in January, I urge that you do. I'm going to do a new seminar in February, and then picking up the momentum extremely high for March, so as that we can guarantee you can be pregnant by March and then hold your pregnancy through to full term. Yes, it's a big call, but it works, and I've seen it with so many women. It doesn't take that long. It takes 90 days to improve egg health and to make that shift in the body, because energy moves very quick. It takes 9 months though to improve your follicle health. So when you are pregnant, you need to look back the past 9 months, and that's going to be the quality of your egg. So we want to be making sure that you're as healthy and as vibrant physically, mentally, and emotionally because that's what's creating your baby. You want your baby to have emotional intelligence as well as intelligence, as well as health. And this is a beautiful time where you are being called as a conscious mother to be the best version of you with effortless ease and grace, so you can have the best version of your baby, the healthiest baby possible, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So let me help you, and I look forward to connecting with you. I look forward to seeing more and more of you accessing my Sacred Fertility Formula, as well as the online seminar, the January seminar, so that you can keep up with the rest of us. And the more of us that are doing it, we're building up momentum, and it's all about the momentum. So share the link with your friends, awakeningfertility.com/resources, if you know they're struggling to have a baby or hold their pregnancy through to full term. Get it out there. Let's build the momentum. Watch the seminar, the January seminar in January, because February is going to be, like I said, a little bit more, and then March a little bit more again. So we're building up the layers and the layers and the layers, because that's what it's all about. When you're awakened, you're combining love with knowledge, and this is what I'm sharing with you. This is what I'm passionate about. So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you on this Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate the time that you spend watching my videos, and I look forward to helping you more. And for one last thing I want to mention, I do have fertility yoga classes online that are available. So live online, 6:30 p.m. Thursday in the UK, but you can watch the replays. So a lot of women all over the world, I've got women in Dubai, women in Singapore, women in the Middle East, women in Australia, obviously, and the UK, all over the world, the US, who are doing this online. So it'd be great to build up that momentum, to get yourself baby ready, because fertility yoga, not just any yoga, fertility yoga specifically helps to get the energy that you need into the reproductive system. It helps to bring your central nervous system into balance. It helps to eradicate the stress, so you're back in your feminine state of the receive mode, and it's this feminine state that's going to help you bring baby through, because it activates your body acting like a female. When we're busy working and achieving things, we're in the masculine state, which has its place, and that's fine. I'm not saying for anyone to ever give up work. If you want to give up work, that's your choice, because if you find that you can't switch off, then maybe that's a good thing for you, but I can give you the tools and techniques to switch off. So everything is manageable. Everything can work. You just need to be in that state, that high vibrational state of joy and enthusiasm, and if you're not, then that's the alarm bells. That's the alarm bells to go, hey, what can I do to make me feel good? And fertility yoga helps so many women feel good. Fertility meditations that I do are very easy to do, very, very powerful downloads. I'm connected to Kuan Yin, and I work with the angels, specifically Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael, and I introduce you to them and your guides and your ancestors and your baby spirit, and you have this entourage of extra support. So join me for the online fertility yoga classes and the fertility meditations. They're all there for you. So much support, and it doesn't have to take up too much time. So I look forward to connecting with you in the Fertility Help group following on from this video. And on that note, I am officially going to say goodbye. So bye for now.